Go down in any middle class alleyway in Jeddah, like this street right here in Al Azizia, and it's not uncommon to find classic muscle cars, Corvettes, GTRs, or 350Zs lined up. But there is a deep history behind this local car obsession. It all traces back to the 1980s when Saudi Channel 2 hooked a generation by broadcasting Hollywood's greatest cars every single week. We had Magnum PI's Ferrari, the A Team Chevy van, and dominating them all, the 1982 Pontiac Firebird Trans-Am. We all know it as KITT, the Knight Industries 2000. Long before Google or Tesla, this self driving AI sidekick to Michael Knight sparked a pop culture folklore that changed car lovers forever. And since the relationship between a man and his toys is as old as time, our childhood 164 Matchbox and Hot Wheels naturally evolved into high end 118, 112, and massive 1/6 scale masterpieces by Maisto, Jada, Auto Art, and Mini GT. The ultimate dream? Owning KITT. So I and Golden Hobbies joined forces at their Al Salama store to drop a bombshell on Jeddah's top collectors. JazzInc Dioramas just announced a holy grail 1/6 scale diecast kit for pre-order. Are they locking it in? How did they react? It's all in this vlog. Starting with a very special message from the original voice of the legend himself. Drop it.
Hello, everyone. It's William Daniels from Knight Rider. To those of you watching the Son of Jeddah channel, I was the voice of KITT. Back in 1982, when we started making the show, the idea of a talking car that drove itself seemed impossible. But here we are, years later, with just that reality. I hope the future brings us technology that continues to make our lives better. As KITT said, my senses indicate the road ahead is clear.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special gathering of Knight Rider enthusiasts. Today, we decided to talk about something that has proven to be a huge development for anyone who calls himself Knight Rider fan. Finally, we are getting the diecast car of our dreams. JazzInc Diorama have surprised every one of us with their new product launch, which is now available for pre-order. So today we are going to be seeing, first of all, some of the fans of Knight Rider in Jeddah who are collectors, who have been collecting Knight Rider, and together we are going to be talking about this important event and basically to inform the collector community, the automotive enthusiasts, the pop culture lovers on how to get hold of this priceless model. Stay tuned. And what could be a better place than to be at Golden Hobbies? This is the spot where we found cars, diecast models of the A-Team van, B.A. Baracus's Caprice, the car from Hangover, and even the latest iteration of General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard. So now we're stepping right in to see who has joined us. So this is the gentleman who was kind enough to host this gathering. Yasser is the owner of Golden Hobbies, and he is an auto enthusiast from many years now. His venue, his shop, his store has been the home for a lot of famous pop culture cars. So Yasser, how do you feel about this latest announcement by JazzInc Diorama about the Pontiac Trans-Am 1982, which was used in Knight Rider series?
Very happy to host this today, and I will be exploring the beauty of this collection and all related hobby, a Knight Rider and the Trans-Am, and everyone remembers this from childhood. And thank you again, and let's explore it together.
Thank you so much. And with Yasir, we are joined by his son Ammar. Ammar, you know something about Knight Rider, like your dad, or no?
I know a little and not that much. My experience is all about the future cars. And I'm talking about like Ferraris, Lamborghinis. The Knight Rider is something odd. It's more of my dad thing, not me. But I love the community.
And then we have our very own figures master, the diehard Knight Rider fan. And you said you're going to bring your KITT diecast.
Yes, son of Jeddah, I have two items with me.
And now we have the famous TikToker, the guy who knows every big celebrity during Red Sea International Film Festival, a car enthusiast himself. I'm not going to reveal which ride he is about to surprise us with, but Guru, today you specially joined us for Knight Rider. And I assume you brought something with you from your collection?
First of all, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much. Son of Jeddah, Habibi, you are a guy who introduces all the collectors in Jeddah locally and internationally. And you were a guy who's like not by the name as a guru, but you yourself has, mashallah, a vast knowledge, a vast group of PR with the collectors. And you help us a lot as well in, collecting stuff and, having new opportunities. So today, because it's a Night Riders Day, but I'm a big fan of a Firebird.
Yes.
So I own one, but inshallah, very soon you will get to see that.
We'll be starting first by our brief showcasing, followed by the discussion about this very important development in the world of pop culture. Okay, guys, right now you're looking at some awesome display of Knight Rider diecast vehicles and the Michael Knight action figures. And behind them, you're seeing the celebrities. So, as you guys can see right now, there is this KITT model. This is Jeddah with Michael Knight action figure. Then this is Figures Masters KITT model.
Okay, this model, actually, this is the second model. This is the first model, the original one. On, I think, the late episodes, there are sprays sprayed on the original car.
Mhm.
At that time, the shield was down. The car was totally destroyed.
Right.
And this is the upgrade one for the original one.
So this upgraded one actually came at the very last few seasons,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
last 2 seasons.
Okay, and then besides Talal's collection, we have two very unique diecast. One is the KITT, beautiful, and the other one is just the Trans-Am, but it has the Firebird logo, which we saw in Smokey and the Bandit movie starring Burt Reynolds and Sally Field. So this guy is the proud owner of these two diecast models. So tell us about it. I mean, like you not only got the KITT, but you also got the actual Firebird.
I actually have a Firebird as well. So I own three. Where one I'll go out in the city, two which I put it in the display, third which I show to the kids that this is the kit where people are like fan of Night Riders, and that's how the generation got to know all about Firebird and Trans-Am.
This t-shirt that you're seeing, Knight Rider t-shirt, it's a shout out to Thabit Brothers. This is not a paid promotion. These guys are selling 80s nostalgia t-shirts in Jeddah. So they have an online store. Go there. Prices are amazing. Fabric is amazing. And the reason I'm so touched is because the delivery was getting late, but they were able to help me out so that I could wear this t-shirt to celebrate Night Rider. Okay, guys, we've taken a short break from Hayya Salama, and right now I'm in Hayya Al Feha, joined by our esteemed collector, one of the most valuable members of our community. We see him all dressed up, typical of the 1980s TV series, all dressed up like Michael Knight. Son of Sparta, you have something really priceless to share with us. Can you please just describe those items before you start showcasing them?
Absolutely. So, viewers, come join us as we take a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist. So, we got this tin case, very reminiscent of KITT. So, in the front, we see you got the scanner here, no lights, but it's sort of reflective to an extent. And then we got the headlights down here, fog lights, I should say. And then to the side here, it says Flag Agent Kit. And this is made by the company. It's called Dr. Collection. And then the last bit, you see nothing going on the side, same thing. On the back, we got the taillights. Very reminiscent of the car itself and the logo of Flag, the Foundation for Law and Government. So that's very cool. And we got some stuff going on the inside. And then we have this little car that is, at first sight, it is KITT, but it is also part of the Transformers 35th anniversary collaboration with ABC. They also did a few others. They did a Ecto one, they did a Back to the Future car, they did a Ninja Turtles, and they did a Blackbird X-Men. But we got this car. It has some cool features. First and foremost, we got a startup.
Beautiful.
Now, with each button, clips will show, but we're a little worried about.
Can you show the buttons a bit closer to the
sure.
camera?
So that's the button on the hood right there.
Right.
It's meant to be a little hidden, so don't worry if you can't see it too well. So if we press it again, we get that very iconic sound clip of KITT, and then just a drift sound. There we go. The infamous voice of William Daniels, the actor who played the voice.
Whose message we all saw in the blog earlier.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Daniels. So we got a few codes there, and then if you hold the button, the light will just keep going until we press it again.
This is beautiful.
So that's a very cool feature. And then we got last thing to show off. I guess we can turn this off right now. That'll take him back to his regular mode. And then if you leave him alone for about, I think, 1 or 2 minutes, he'll turn off on his own and he'll say KITT signing off.
Nice.
So that's a very cool feature.
Amazing.
We got the voice box down here. This is where the speaker is. And this is what we call in the Transformers collectors community visible head syndrome, where the head of the Transformer is hidden, but at the same time you flip it
Can
over.
you see a close-up of it?
Yeah. So you can still see that, and we'll transform it later so we can take a better look. But we got storage for 2 guns. That's very cool. It's a very rare commodity these days where you get to store the guns when it's not in robot mode. All right, folks, we're going to get this starter kit open. So when you apply to Flag, this is what you're going to get, supposedly, as according to this company. So we open it up here. I'm going to push it a little to the side. So we get a very nice layout, first of all, in the back here. It's just meant to be a little artwork where we see the dashboard of KITT. We got the sound box right there and the various buttons that you would have on the dashboard. So that's just a very cool nod to what KITT would look like if we were sitting in the cockpit or in the driver's seat.
Beautiful.
So if we get this, there's a little letter of induction, and it reads, "Dear Agent, welcome to the Foundation for Law and Government, Flag. At Flag, we strive to keep alive the flame of Wilton Knight's dream, to protect and serve those in need where ordinary law enforcement cannot. So we have decided to include you as part of our family. Without further ado, I express my most sincere congratulations on your inclusion in the Flag family, and I bid you farewell with the words of our founder, 'One man can make a difference.'" And it's signed by Devin Miles.
So you have the Foundation for Law and Government, the organization that was responsible for giving Michael a new life as Michael Knight, and basically the brains behind Knight Industries 2000, which is KITT. So the signature is there. Beautiful. Okay, what's next?
All right, we got a few license plates. This is a replica of what KITT's original license plate used to look like. It just had the word Knight in California, and it had these stickers to put this on their car. That would be amazing to do so.
Nice. Beautiful.
And then we had the logo of Flag, the Knight, and it says Knight Industries. So if you have an official company car, you can probably put this on your car. That'd be pretty swag.
Beautiful. Amazing.
So now we have a couple of keychains. This one that is very reminiscent of the Flag logo that was coincidentally also on the steering wheel of KITT. Those very nice to look at. Put this to the side. And then we have KITT's ignition key. I don't think we saw this in a whole bunch of episodes. It was visible, but here it is. It has the logo on it and everything. Nothing on the back.
So this is how it is. And I can't believe I'm holding the keys to KITT.
To be fair, he could probably turn himself on. And then we get this Knight Industries logo pin. So if you want to expose yourself at an event, you can probably flash that out for people if you're not undercover.
Amazing.
And then we got Michael's official driver's license, I believe, or his ID. Let's check it out. Knight Rider 2000. Oh, this is his, I want to say his operator's license.
Look at that piece of history.
Oh, and if you flip it, it has another one of the logos for flag, the chest piece. That was, I believe, on the side of the semi truck.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And then what I might end up wearing is Michael's communicator wristwatch. It's actually flashing. I think it has a battery in there.
This is way before Apple Watch
Oh
ever
my
came
gosh.
into existence. This was the smartwatch
The first smartwatch.
in the history of mankind, which was copied by Tim Cook, and they came up with Apple Watch. So Knight Rider, the series, was way ahead of its time because it gave us self-driving cars powered by AI and also a smartwatch. This is a really premium envelope. I can't wait to see what's inside.
So if we open it up here, we got a business card.
Michael Knight's business card.
We got a patch. So if you want to put this on your jacket, you can certainly do so. Beautiful. We got a sticker if you want to put this on your car. Tell people that you work for the foundation.
Sweet. That's sweet.
Oh, instruction manual for the watch.
So the watch actually can be programmed, can work. Nice.
And we got another sticker. It says Foundation for Law and Government.
Beautiful.
Then we have a booklet / schematic for KITT.
This is something that everyone has to take a look at. So finally, we are having KITT's schematics.
Oh
Oh
my gosh.
boy, this is
Oh, wow.
like what we would get in the GI
A
Joe
poster.
vehicle. This is huge, man.
Mm.
Wow. The entire schematics of the car. Can you show the other side?
Here we go. We got some more instructions.
Wow, amazing. This is what you would call KITT's biodata.
Oh, dude. And then we have schematics over here that highlight his system. So we have Super Pursuit mode and Ski mode. It's the mode that he would drive on 2 tires.
Nice, man. All of this information.
So lots of pretty cool stuff in there. So if you're a Knight Rider fan, jump on this, because when I purchased it, I believe the website that I bought it from said that there were very limited quantities left, because apparently it's a collector's item.
You still say apparently? It's obvious.
So if you're the least bit interested, I would say jump on it. But yeah, it's totally worth it. I think it's on discount right now because they're trying to sell the few that they have left in stock. But yeah, it's very cool. I'm going to see if I can get this framed as a poster. So for those watching, this was a communicator for Michael to keep in touch with KITT. And there were times when he would drop it and communication between them would be very difficult. And I believe there was an episode where he lost his memory. And
Yes.
And April, when they finally found him, April gave him a new watch. So it looks very cool. It's flashing right now. I think it needs to be programmed, but it's an exact replica of the one from the show. Beautiful. All right, folks, we're going to get into transforming this guy. So first we're going to get the tires out as far as I can remember. Oh, yeah. Yep, there we go. Guys, just to know, some hardcore fans of collecting, like myself, which sometimes if there's a high-end figurine that you're really worried about breaking, sometimes some people like myself will get 2 of them. So maybe if this guy's still available, I might get a second one just because he looks so cool, whether it's in robot mode or in vehicle mode. I feel like this is a collector's item worth getting. So once we open him up right like that, take the 2 guns out of storage, and then we will open up this part.
Just a reminder that this was an official collaboration between Transformers and 80s
Universal, I believe.
Universe franchises. So just like Son of Sparta had mentioned that they did a collaboration with Ghostbusters, with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they even did it with Knight Rider.
Back to the Future and X-Men. All right, there we go. Halfway there. All right, so we are going to take out his toes, fold those up, Same thing on the other side. Hopefully you guys can see okay. And what we're gonna do here is turn the waist around. Didn't think we'd be doing Transformers review today, but here we are. So we take the windshield down, and then this part of the hood, I believe we push it inwards. If I can just see it.
Just to let you guys know that we're going to be doing some special activities pertaining to the 40th anniversary of Transformers 1986 movie.
Oh yes, getting the head out. There we go. Yeah, the voice box is still active and working in robot mode, so you can certainly do that.
I think you almost did it.
There we go. Just a few more steps to get everything cleaned up, and I think we're there. I keep pressing the button. Nope. So, yep, I think we're there. So there you go, guys. Now, the official name of this guy is Agent Knight. So there he is. Let's give him his guns, and I'll point out a few things as we're talking about him. We can lift the windshield up, the two doors in typical Transformer style.
So this Autobot, his name is Agent Knight.
And if you look closely, last thing I'm going to point out, he has a wristwatch as an accessory that came separate in the box, and you're supposed to put it on his wrist so that he can, I guess, talk to someone.
The quality is mind blowing. I was thinking that the plastic would be cheap, but they've done a great job.
And he's got visors, and also the blue in his sort of legs / crotch area is meant to be reminiscent of Michael's pants.
Oh yes, those Levi's. So this is how KITT would look.
And the visor is also reminiscent of Michael's sunglasses.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're now gonna head straight back to Hayasanama. As thank you, son of Sparta. You, as always, never cease to amaze the community. We can't thank you enough.
My pleasure, man. And, Knight Rider is a franchise that means so much to me growing up in the 80s and for a lot of our viewers. So, yeah, I'm glad you guys hopefully enjoyed this segment. And we will see you next time, as by this time next year, we'll be talking about another Knight Rider related item.
I'm going to ask all three of you something, because Yasser over here is someone who has been involved with the Diecast collection. Your store, correct me if I'm wrong, is like 20 years old now?
Yeah, going on 20th year now.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
2005.
2005. So since 2005, Yasser has been responsible for, bringing amazing collection to his store. And the only bit is that this is not just an ordinary diecast store where you can just get the Buragos and all. He has stocked, once upon a time, the Magnum PI for that, the A-Team van, B.A. Baracus, Mr. T's Campus Classic, which was shown in the A-Team. So, Yasser, what do you feel right now? Because at this moment, we have learned that JazzInc Diorama have started to produce the 1/6 scale KITT model, which is right behind us. Now, this is the first time KITT is going to be available in such a huge size. Unfortunately, they are not going to be releasing a Michael Knight action figure similar to the one we saw over here. But what do you feel about it as someone who is a passionate collector and someone who owns a store and who brings these Hollywood cars to Jeddah?
Well, it's a great moment together here, first. And really nice to see the new release of this model car. It will be an amazing piece of art. And I can see even the price, 1600, which means they will put a lot of effort in details. And I believe it will have the LED lights and all the state of art that was the original car. So I think it's a great addition will be to every collector. And let's see and discover it out when they release the introduction video of that piece of art.
You mentioned that the price for this car is $1,600, which means like the base price without the tax, without the custom duty, is going to be 6,000 riyals taqriban.
Around.
So, based on your experience for the last 21 years, do you find collectors in Jeddah coming to buy Hollywood cars that cost as much as 6,000 or 8,000 or 7,000?
I believe, and even more. I believe even if they found something that they love, they will be happy to spend even more than that to get a piece of art with a lot of details that brings them very nice and beautiful memories. Those cars, and within these 20 years plus of this showroom, we found out that a lot of people are in love with classics, old movies cars, and I am sure this will be a very targeted
item, most sought after item. Can the collectors expect this car in Golden Hobbies?
Inshallah, we will work on that because we all have history and love with this car. I remember even my cousin, he owned a Trans-Am,
Trans-Am.
yeah, 80s. And this car is really amazing. And I'm expecting to order few of them at least.
Awesome.
At least.
Tayyib, Guru, I'm going to start out with you first because you have just given the breaking news that you actually own a Pontiac Firebird Trans-Am.
Yes.
Okay. What's your take on this announcement?
Gen Zs, you don't know the OGs. If you gonna take or own the kit, you will definitely go crazy. What we used to have in our childhood. These cars are not just, a car for a display. They have stories to tell. There are seasons where there was no graphics and animations. And during that era, Kit used to entertain us. And we really loved it. That's how we got to know that, okay, it's not just a season to watch, it's something to, keep it as a memory, collect it as a collectible, and keep it and display it to the generations to come. So, Gen Zs, this is for you all. It's coming back just for you.
Okay, Figures Master, the guy with the biggest kit. What's your take on this model? Do you think it's going to be in your bucket list or you're going to just pass it on?
This one?
Yeah.
For sure it will be one. For sure.
I want to give breaking news, and that is that one of the collectors in Jeddah, I'm not going to name him right now, he has already placed the pre-order for this kit. And because he did that early, he's going to be getting a signed plaque by David Hasselhoff or William Daniels, the voice of KITT, just because he did it early. But again, this is limited in supply. We are not here to promote a paid promotion for this. This is actually for the collectors. I love Knight Rider. All of these guys love Knight Rider. And we have been holding on to our collection since the 1980s, since the 90s, since the 2000s. And I want to know what this car actually means to you. So, Guru, and I'm talking about KITT. Forget Pontiac Trans-Am Firebird. Right now, it's KITT.
It's like, I have no words for it because I can't just explain it within a minute or two. But definitely, it takes me back to my childhood, and it takes me to that zone where I started loving cars. And KITT is something, as I told Gen Zs, you are into artificial intelligence. That used to be my AI car which can speak. So I would say you guys also start to love something, have this generation look into it. Inshallah, let's see, hopefully, if they can work on this.
Figures Master, what does KITT mean to you?
I want the car. Alhamdulillah, after over 20 years, almost 30 years, I got these two.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Yasir, you are very important in this conversation for the very simple reason that you are not just a collector, but you are also somebody who is helping out the collector community in fulfilling their dreams. How do you feel about KITT?
Well, it's a piece of art, but at the end, when you finish it out, and you see the masterpiece at the end, you will feel the love, feel the history, and feel those childhood memories that will be brought up with this product. The hobby brings every nice moment or beautiful moment to bring us back, the memories.
So now you tell me, son of Jeddah, Knight Rider, what and why?
It's going to be a long answer. So, first thing is that I've always been a fan of heroism. All of you know that. I'm not a car enthusiast like Yasser. When we are growing up in 80s Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah in particular, watching Channel 2, our heroes on live action are not Captain America, Iron Man, because it's too far away. Nobody can even think about a Marvel Cinematic Universe. There is only Superman, Christopher Reeve, and that's it. And you see this guy, David Hasselhoff. He's fighting the bad guys. And his personality, man, I want to dress up like him. You know, I actually bought these cowboy boots just because of Hasselhoff from Shahrastan. Just because I wanted to look like David Hasselhoff. But the relationship between a man and a car at such a deep level. William Daniels' voice of KITT and looking at that beautiful car, all black. If you guys ever asked me that which is my dream car, it's not the Batmobile. It's not any Mercedes Benz. It's not a Lamborghini. It's this Pontiac Trans-Am with the red light up front. It's difficult for me to describe how I feel when it comes to Knight Rider, when it comes to KITT. And when I'm talking about this vehicle that's coming in, which is way off my budget, to be honest. But the thing is, at least for those of you who can collect this vehicle, you are going to get all of the entire experience that you saw in the TV series in this diecast. Because the cockpit, unlike these models, it's 100% accurate. You cannot imagine the level of detail that they have and the effort that they have put into it. And no wonder it's not going to be available till late next year. So pre-order it now. The reason I'm saying that, again, it's not a paid promotion, is because as a collector, I know what this car means to all of us and to all of you out.
What it represents to us.
What it represents to us. Exactly.
I see over there Tabby. So I think Mr. Yasser, if you can just move. I see Tabby over there. So if you come to his store and you buy this kit, you get this option, right? It's not a paid promotion for Tabby, but definitely, you have the facility over here.
4 installments. That's it. We are now bringing our very special vlog to an end. It has been one overwhelming experience because in order to be connected with people who are passionate about Hollywood cars, who are passionate about diecast vehicles, all of them coming together to talk about this amazing development that we have shared with you. So with that, I want to thank Yasser Helmi for taking out the time, making all the arrangements. Because of you, this evening has become really special.
Well, I'm very happy for that. And feel free and you're most welcome. That anything about our passion, about collection, about even the community. I love those gathering. By the way, yesterday, mashallah, we had a great time here also by a big community from Riyadh and across Saudi Arabia, Eastern region, Mecca, Taif. People came from all over to gather here. And then we jumped into another event, mashallah, where Dr. Diecast cars, classics, very unique collection of unique cars were there. And happy, of course, today to have you here talking about Knight Rider and this piece of art and beauty that will come out very soon. And inshallah, once we have hands on these, of course, we'll have another episode.
Lazim.
Inshallah. Yeah.
God bless you, Yasser.
Sure.
With that, our vlog for Knight Rider comes to an end. Stay tuned because, as I've said, one of the collectors in Jeddah has already pre-ordered it. We'll be unboxing it.
Sure.
Take care.
See you.